And there's a good look at the crowd here tonight at the Shaw Conference Center as we bring you a Ring of Their Own. It's brought to you in part by Rock and Sock Productions, along with KO Boxing Promotions and Independent Jewelers, the biggest jewelry outlet in North America. Let's now go up to the ring for our introductions.
6 rounds of boxing in the junior lightweight division. Your judges at ringside, Usman Ali, Wayne Dickey, and Ken Rudd. Your referee, Brian Bernhardt. Introducing to you first, in the red corner, she weighed in at 126 pounds. Her professional record, 4 wins and 5 losses. From Toronto, Ontario, Olga Hurricane Heron. And in the blue corner, she tipped the Toledos at 132 pounds. She is undefeated, unmatched in 5 professional bouts. From Edmonton, Alberta, Amy Johnson.
Well, you can definitely tell who the crowd is for tonight. Amy Johnson has a lot of supporters in the audience here at the Shaw Conference Center in Edmonton. Amy, of course, started fighting at the age of 17, and there's a look at the numbers on both of these boxers. Amy has a height advantage and obviously a reach advantage, and also comes into the fight with a little bit of a weight advantage. So a couple of positive statistics in favor of Amy Johnson, but the bottom line is these two fighters look fairly evenly matched.
You know, it's interesting. Olga lost a majority decision to Delina. So it wasn't unanimous. She is a tough girl. You can see Amy really has a reach advantage here, though.
And this is a big fight too for Amy Johnson because of the fact that Jelena Mrdjinovic ended up defeating Olga Heron. But like you say, it was a majority decision, but she was able to go the distance with Jelena. And Jelena is known as a very good and hard puncher.
Yep.
So this is a good test for Amy to see where she actually stacks up. Johnson already getting 1 warning from referee Brian Bernhardt about punching when he was coming in to break the ladies up.
There was a lot of publicity when she fought Tanya that she was a dirty fighter, using the laces. So we'll see what she does tonight. She uses any of those tactics tonight.
Now, one women's boxing internet site had voted Amy the dirtiest puncher of the month, I think. So far, Olga Heron going to the body quite a bit on Amy Johnson. Olga also fights out of Tough Gym out of Ontario.
Yeah, Olga knows she has to get in there, get on the inside, and work the body, and that's exactly what she's doing.
Let's now take a look at Olga Heron as she loves to fight out of the Huff Gym in Ontario.
Huff Executive Fitness is located in Mississauga, just off of the QEW in here, Ontario Street. It's 26,000 square feet. We run a free summer camp for the youth between the ages of 6 and 17 years old. This will be our 3rd one this year. The gym's open 24 hours a day. It's been a little bit of a tough road for us, but it's an uphill battle. And you know, we're finally getting to a plateau and being able to enjoy it now.
A lot of hard work running a gym nowadays, and a lot of people try it, and then you see a lot of gyms going under, but
It's kind of like the restaurant business.
yeah. And there's a good look at Olga right there as she gets instructions from her corner. Olga in the green and white and red trunks, Amy in the red and white. And we're into round number 2. From the Shaw Conference Center here in Edmonton, Alberta. A Ring of Their Own, the first ever full fight card for females in Canada.
reach and keep Olga at a distance. But Olga is finding her way in.
Good right-handed shot right there by Olga Heron.
Great double jab by Olga. Olga's jab is even finding her way in there. You know, that's why I said records are so deceiving, because Olga doesn't have the best record, but yet you can see she's a great fighter.
Well, just on her statistical background, being able to go the distance with Janina Ravinovich tells you right there that she's got a lot of heart.
And come out with a majority decision.
Big overhand right that just misses by Heron. And Amy Johnson starting to back up a bit.
Yeah, Olga's backing up. Definitely.
Always makes it tougher too when you're backing up the whole fight to try to win a fight, isn't it?
Right. You can't win it going backwards. I can't tell if that's blood from Olga or from Amy.
Well, it looks like it's coming from the nose of Olga Heron, a little bit of blood, so Amy Johnson was able to get a couple of shots in. We're into the final seconds of round number 2. We're scheduled for 6 between Amy Johnson from Edmonton and Olga Heron from Toronto. Well, let's take a look at some of the action from round number 2 here tonight between these two ladies. Lots of good action, and Olga Heron using her jab and basically being able to get some shots in when she wants. She has to be feeling fairly confident heading into the 3rd round.
Yeah, she is. She's really, you know, it's funny because Olga is a much shorter fighter, but yet she's finding her way inside of Amy. And I just don't know if Amy is strong enough to keep her on the outside. And I believe Amy weighed in a little bit heavier than Olga, didn't she?
132 to 126 for Amy Johnson, so she definitely came in heavier.
Right, she has the weight advantage, but doesn't seem to be working tonight.
And here we go, round number 3, scheduled for 6 between Amy Johnson and Olga Heron. Heron to the left of your screen, Johnson to the right. And obviously, Amy Johnson was told to pick it up a bit here in round 3. Throwing a lot of body shots and still get points on the judges' scorecard for that.
Amy realizing she was going to be behind if she didn't step up and do something.
Be interesting to see the stamina of these two ladies too, because for Amy, she's going up to a 6th rounder here, and 6 rounds can take a lot out of you.
Oh yeah, especially if you've just been going forward.
Good flurry of punches by Olga Heron. She was able to back her opponent off. But Amy Johnson coming back for more. I think that her trainer, Benny the Jet Swanson, may have said to her, you were backing up that whole last round. It's trying to make her back up.
You need to pick it up a bit.
And that's where you notice a big difference between the 2nd round and the 3rd round here is Amy Johnson is able to back up Heron, and that's making a difference where Amy Johnson is able to land a few more punches and pick her spots.
And it always looks better when you're backing up your opponent. Olga not as busy in this round.
Seconds remaining here in round number 3. Amy Johnson doing a very good job. Larry Fleming giving Amy Johnson some instructions there, but it was just nice to see from her standpoint that she was able to get a little busier, because she basically told us before heading into this fight that she considers herself to be a very busy fight, as we'll see in some of the replays here. And those are the punches that score, aren't they, Mia? A lot of boxing fans don't quite realize that the body is a target, and if you can hit the right spots, the judges have to consider that.
Right, and even, you know, I think it's important to stay busy too, because even if you're not landing a lot of these punches, you know, the judges, a lot of times they don't know, and as long as you just look like you're busy and you're definitely putting your heart into the fight, I think that's important too.
Here we go, round number 4 between Amy Johnson and Olga Heron. Olga out of Toronto. Amy is the hometown girl tonight from Edmonton, actually from Sherwood Park. It'll be interesting to see what transition we see between this 3rd and 4th round, where Amy Johnson was able to back up Heron in that 3rd round. And as we are scheduled for 6 rounds in this bout, you have to kind of pick your spots and have your game plan.
Right, and you have to remember these fights, women's fights are 2-minute rounds. So you have to stay busy. You don't have much time. It's not like in sparring where you're going 3 minutes and you can kind of step back and take a breather. There's no resting in a 2-minute round.
I think that's what also brings a lot of the fan attraction to me, is the fact that they are 2-minute rounds and fans want that action.
Right.
Good work by Olga Heron backing up Amy Johnson again. Seems as if Olga's had a smile on her face for the entire round here.
Yeah, she's definitely confident. Yeah, I think fans like the 2-minute rounds and the fact that the women have a little bit less defense. Very offensive.
Big left hand by Olga Heron as she stuns Amy Johnson. And now Johnson just trying to hold on. And referee Brian Bernhardt giving Johnson another warning about holding. He doesn't want the girls holding. He wants them to fight.
She's living up to her nickname now.
Seconds to go. We're through 4 rounds here at the Shaw Conference Center in Edmonton, Alberta. Amy Johnson and Olga Heron. Well, we saw some great work in round number 3 with Amy Johnson, Mia, but what we saw in round number 4 was a determined Olga Heron to come out and to basically take the fight back and put it back in her corner. Yeah,
and I think she did a good job of doing that. And she definitely had the stronger punches. Olga definitely seems a lot heavier-handed than Amy.
And there you see the big left hook right there that stunned Amy Johnson. You could even see her right eye was closed for just a bit there. I think it was a real stunner, because she had quite a few tears coming out of it too. So she got smacked pretty good, and there you see the smile of Olga Johnson. She showed a lot of confidence in round number 4.
Yeah.
Amy Johnson and Olga Heron have gone through 4 rounds here at the Shaw Conference Center. They're now into round number 5, and it's a very, very tight fight at this point in time. So these next 2 rounds are your championship rounds. Chance for either fighter to walk away with a win.
Olga just got her with a great body shots.
Big right hand by Olga Heron.
I have a feeling this fight may be stopped soon. Olga appearing very confident. She knows what she's doing.
And you can see Amy's right eye. It has swelled a bit, and she took a good shot. And there's another big shot. Big right hook that caught Amy Johnson right on the chin.
She's hanging on.
Yeah, she's hanging on. And Olga Heron doing a good job attacking her opponent in the corner, and Amy Johnson just doing exactly what her trainer wants her to do and hang on.
Right. She cannot get herself out of that corner. She needs to get away from the ropes and keep Olga at a distance. Box her, stay on the outside, use the ring. And Amy is not using the ring. She's not keeping her distance. She's staying in there and fighting her fight, fighting Olga's fight. That's exactly what Olga wants.
And Olga throwing the more heavier punches, another big left hook right there. And Olga is packing a lot of weight with those punches. She's getting the leverage on them where Amy Johnson may be throwing some punches, but she seems to be very, very fatigued at this point.
She's taken a good beating in this fight.
Well, another round in favor of Olga Heron on my scorecard. It was once again one of those types of rounds where Olga Heron just showed everybody here at the Shaw Conference Center that she may be heard from soon. Let's take a look at some of the action.
And I like Olga's new hairdo.
Very easy to get together in the morning.
Yes. Perfect for fight night.
But you can see the leverage that I was talking about, where if you're backing up your opponent and you're throwing those punches, it just means so much more for you when you can get that leverage. And there's a look right there at the last 5 fights for Amy Johnson, and she has fought very well in those fights, unanimous decisions. But tonight, I think she has her work cut out for her against Olga Heron as we head into the 6th and final round. Here we go. This is round 6. Amy Johnson and Olga Heron. Heron to the left of your screen, Amy Johnson to the right. On our scorecards right now, it is very tight. I have it in favor of Olga Heron, so Amy Johnson's going to need to win this round, quite possibly with a knockdown. It could be a 2-point round that Amy's going to need just to possibly even get a draw.
Yeah, I would say so. And you have to remember, Olga has been up against some very tough fighters. She's fought some elite women, whereas Amy, I think a lot of her wins came by girls that don't have much experience. So.
And this is a great fight for Amy because it does give her the opportunity to see what type of talent there is out there and in the long run. Because if Jelena Marjanovic was able to defeat Olga Heron, well, it just shows her right there at the level that Jelena's fighting at. And if Amy wants to get there, she has to defeat opponents like Heron.
Right, I agree. I think that it's always good to know where you rank in boxing. It might have been a bit too early for Amy. She's only had 5 fights, so.
She hasn't really been able to pack much of a punch with her gloves tonight either, which is, she had a bit of a snap on those punches early, but she's having trouble putting any weight behind her punches.
And why she's fighting so close, I don't understand why her corner has not told her to keep her distance. Box. Nothing wrong with boxing. Stay on the outside.
Seconds to go here in round number 6. Amy Johnson and Olga Heron will have a decision as neither fighter wants to face the canvas. Well, it's going to take the judges a bit of time to tally up the results, but overall, very impressive performance by that young lady right there, Olga Heron, who came all the way from Toronto to take on Amy Johnson, who was fighting in front of her hometown fans, and sometimes too, Mia, fighting in front of your hometown fans can be exciting, but it can also be a detriment sometimes too.
Yeah, I think the pressure's on when you're fighting in your hometown. You just want to impress your friends and your family so much. I much prefer to fight in towns where, I know I'm not going to have any of my friends there. None of my family's going to be there. Much easier. It's tough fighting in your hometown.
Olga Heron doing a very good job tonight getting inside on Amy Johnson. And let's take a look at some of the action that we saw from this very good fight. The fans here at the Shaw Conference Center really enjoyed it. but the shorter Olga Heron was just able to get some heavier punches in on Amy Johnson and bruised Amy on numerous occasions.
She did, and surprisingly, she's the lighter of the two. She gave up a few pounds for this fight. But you can see Olga's experience, and she's definitely a much more experienced fighter.
And if it is a loss for Amy Johnson, it'll be a tough one for her, because she has yet to have a loss on her record. But it's the old story: you have to lose to learn. And it looks like Olga Heron's learned. She does have 5 losses to her credit, but you know, you got to give her a big pat on the back for keeping it going.
Right. You got to look at who those losses were too.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the stats on Olga Heron on her last 6 fights. She actually has a bit of a losing streak that she was trying to get rid of, and she may get rid of it tonight. She's had basically 5 straight fights in a row that she lost. And
right. But if you look at the opponents, Leona Brown, Jelena, of course, Lisa Brown, these are very tough women. And
she fought Jelena twice, actually.
Right. And one lost by majority decision. So obviously one of the judges might have thought she won the fight.
Well, we are ready for our official results. Let's go up to Ron Rimmer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a decision. Judge Usman Ali scores it 58-56. Judge Wayne Dickey scores it 58-57. Judge Ken Rudd scores it 58-56. All for the winner by unanimous decision, Olga Hurricane Heron.
Well, you heard the results: 58-56. 58-57 and 58-56, all in favor of Olga Heron, who now improves her record. And I see that just on the stats that the Edmonton Boxing and Wrestling Commission gave us, they had her listed at 3 wins and 5 losses, but I think that's incorrect.